Hello everyone, welcome to United Bedtime Talks. First of all, apologies, 2 दिन हम लाइव नहीं आ पाए ड्यू टू वेरियस
Yeah.
रीजंस. किसी का हेल्थ इशू, किसी का कुछ और पर्सनल इश्यूज की वजह से. Huge apologies to everyone who watches us every night. Thank you so much for supporting us every day and every night. Uh, and यूनाइटेड के वर्ल्ड में आज भी थोड़ा सा तबीयत खराब है, बट आई डिडंट वांट टू मिस अ शो अगेन टुनाइट, सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम हियर. Vignesh is here, and a few of the people are also here to watch us. Welcome everyone. And यूनाइटेड के वर्ल्ड में काफी सारे न्यूज है,
Yeah.
काफी प्रोग्रेस है. It gives me hope, it gives me hope.
Yeah.
आज का let's get into it. टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करते, सीधा घुसते हैं आज की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में. रैफ रैगनिक वाज आस्क्ड अबाउट पॉल पॉगबा 2 बार.
Yeah.
He avoided at first, second time he again avoided, but then उसने सटल वे में पॉल पॉगबा को बता दिया, भाई देख, पोजीशन चेंज होना इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील, ज्यादा रोना रोना धोना मत कर.
Yeah.
Because of injuries and team situations, team comes first, so don't cry about your position. And in fact तेरे को तो आगे खिलाया मैंने, you are playing as a number 10, तो why are you crying about your position? एक मेरा इंटरप्रिटेशन ये था. एंड
Yeah.
दूसरा जो एक इंटरेस्टिंग मेरे को एक फील आया, which I really really find fascinating about Ralf Ragnick in the same questions. ठीक है, you know the reasons he avoided that question. It was not because he couldn't answer directly. He couldn't say that, तू गलत है, नहीं बोलना चाहिए, मुंह बंद रख. He didn't say that. Only reason, only reason which I really like as well. He still has hope. Raf Ragnick still thinks that we can achieve top four.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he has avoided a direct confrontation with Pogba. Uh, Privately बोला होगा उसको. Publicly he didn't say anything. अगर ये ओले भी होता ना, तो आई डोंट थिंक द रिस्पॉन्स वुड हैव बीन सो मॉडेस्ट. एंड रैफ
Yeah.
रैगनिक का स्टाइल नहीं है कि उसका वो मॉडेस्ट रहे हर टाइम पे. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट उसके जो इंटरनेशनल ड्यूटीज में, he also mentioned Cavani got injured again. First of all, your take on Pogba's comments.
Irritating. Very irritating. जैसे मतलब प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस रुकने की जरूरत नहीं है. वी ऑल आर पिस्ड. मतलब ये 5-6 साल से चलते ही आ रहा है. बस उसका पहला जब आया था वो साल ही ओके था, बस उसके बाद से एवरी समर दिस इज सेम ओल्ड स्टोरी. कोई ना कोई आता है, उसका हर इंटरनेशनल कैंप में ऑलमोस्ट सेम ही कमेंट्स रहता है कि फ्रांस इज अ ब्रेथ ऑफ फ्रेश एयर एंड एवरीथिंग. मैं एक्चुअली उसके साथ लूक शॉ पर भी डिसअपॉइंटेड हूँ, बिकॉज ही ऑल्सो मेड सम सिमिलर कमेंट्स. ऑल्दो ही गॉट अवे विद इट, बट उसको भी उतना ही, मतलब उसपे भी उतना ही दिमाग खराब हुआ है. मतलब बोलना क्या चाहते हो कि यूनाइटेड में यूनिटी नहीं है, या यू डोंट वांट एटमॉस्फेयर खराब है, आपको नहीं रुकना है, जो भी है. तो ऐसे पब्लिकली बोल के आप प्रूफ क्या करना चाहते हो, जबकि योर सीजन इज ऑलरेडी डाउन डल. We are out of literally every competition. Top four is like a trophy now from here on. So that shows how pathetic the season has been. और ऐसे में आप ऐसे कमेंट्स करते हो जहाँ पे सिचुएशन और भी बिगड़ सकती है. सो उस पर तो दिमाग खराब है ही. बट आई रियली लव द वे राल्फ बोला, जैसे आपने बोला मीत भाई, कि अगर ओले होता तो ही वुडंट हैव सेड दैट. उसने प्रोटेक्ट किया होता, नहीं उसने डिप्लोमेटिक आंसर देके डाइवर्ट
नहीं,
कर दिया होता
आई एम
क्वेश्चन.
सेइंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज रैफ रैगनिक ने जो प्रोटेक्ट किया ना पॉल पोग्बा को, it
हम्म.
was strange. And it was the only reason I could think of is that Ralf Rangnick thinks top four, or top four में Pogba will be a pivotal part.
हम्म. या पर उसका मुझे रोना भी समझ में नहीं आता. अगर आप डीपर रोल में खेले होते हैं एज अ होल्डर या तो अलॉन्ग साइड फ्रेड और मक्का में, तो वो समझ आता है. बट एवर सिंस राल्फ आया है, वो एज अ अलॉन्ग विद ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस ही खेला है आगे. आइदर लेफ्ट विंग पे खेला है या तो एज अ फ्लोटिंग नंबर 10 खेला है। तो तकलीफ क्या है? आपके स्ट्रेंथ पे ही इज प्लेइंग यू।
Yeah, you
उसमें
do
भी
you
अगर
see
आपके
uh, Bruno crying about his position?
हाँ,
उसका भी
एग्जैक्टली,
preferred थोड़ी है. So first of
एग्जैक्टली।
all, welcome Vishal, welcome Amar, welcome Chris.
वेलकम, वेलकम, वेलकम।
So we use English and Hindi, so you might find it a little difficult here. And it's a United
वी विल
fan
ट्राई टू
channel,
यूज
but
इंग्लिश।
any football fan is welcome here. Uh,
या
Vishal says Raf ने चाटा मारा और आवाज भी नहीं. I felt. I think
बोल सकते हो।
Vishal, for the first time, I felt that Ralf Ragnick avoided a confrontation.
हम्म।
Otherwise, for this, he would have, privately, he would have given it a lot to Pogba and to his agent. And you know what? Another interesting thing will come to the World Cup draw as well. Will come to other things as well, but I wanted to discuss this first. Uh, United comes first, even before the
या
World Cup. As much as it's nice, I answer Pogba wants to leave for a while. To be fair, he's just presenting it in a different ways every international break. And uh, you have to respect your club, your contract. You're getting paid to do it.
या
So even if you want to leave, you don't go and shit about your club. Chris says, how you see someone when he said he's a Liverpool fan. Chris, I'll answer this very very honestly. Uh, I'll highlight your comment as well. How do I see when I see a Liverpool fan? As long as any fan is rational, I don't think of I don't think of anything. If there is a irrational fan, it could be from United as well. It could be from Liverpool. You don't abuse, you don't do all the negative shit. It's perfectly fine. I
या
respect that you have a club you support, and I truly enjoy people who like football. I instantly bond with people who likes football. So that's what I see when I see any football fan. And light banters, always open for
या
banters. Uh, Amar is asking Luke Shaw कहना क्या चाहता था.
आई थिंक उसका फ्रस्ट्रेशन इसी वजह से है बिकॉज एवर सिंस राल्फ हैज कम इन ही इज kind of lost his starting spot, and Telles has been playing a bit more, and every time Shaw got the opportunity he failed to impress. वैसे देखा जाए तो टेलेस इज ऑल्सो haven't that been world class or anything ever since Ralph, but Telles has been a better starting player than Luke Shaw at the moment under Ralph
Hmm.
Rangnick and his system. So maybe that's the frustration ki he feels ki he could be a better player than Telles and he wants to regain his starting spot. I know it, the struggle, when you don't start the games and you struggle for game time. But you see other clubs, the likes of Liverpool, City, and Chelsea, the players on the bench, they are happy to sit on the bench because they like the competition and they give their 100%,
Vignesh,
200% every time they come on the
I have
field.
a different take on this.
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't think it's because of the losing his spot part. I think
Mm,
it's more about uh, you know. So let me very bluntly put this: Manchester United is not United. There are division in the camps
there are.
in terms
Yeah,
of players as well, in terms of
unfortunately, yeah.
coaching and players. So I think when he says that I don't enjoy this, I'm not very happy about this. It's because of the division in the Manchester United team, which isn't there in England. It's slightly better over there, and especially right now, Manchester
Mhm.
United are not winning anything.
Yeah,
So काफी dull campaign हो गया है in terms of Manchester United and their fans. The way it started, Ronaldo coming back and everything, all the
yeah,
hype last season was a high till January. United was there about top and second. So there was a certain hope जो खत्म हो गया है. Ole got
yeah,
sacked. Ole was very positive for all these players. He made them better. He made the likes of Marshall's, Rashford's, and Luke Shaw's better. You cannot take that away from Ole. He gave us back-to-back top four finishes, and from that the downfall was huge. And now, uh, since the Champions League exit, uh, the player are the players are not there.
Morale is down. Yeah, morale is
Yeah,
down.
the season is done. There is nothing to
Yeah,
play for. Top four looks difficult. Arsenal is playing well, but then that's where I have problem. That's where I have a problem. When you know you have still got an opportunity to go for top four, why don't you give it all? Next day you want
yeah,
to hear a Thursday night anthem instead of a Champions
exactly.
League anthem.
Yeah, yeah. Very, very well put. Yeah, but I still feel कि game time का भी issue है because वो क्या बोलता है? He said कि he feels backed. He wants to be क्या बोलते हैं उसको? What he said? Uh, अरे यार, he said something कि you feel wanted and you want to feel backed and everything. So अगर आप performance देते हो on weekly basis, why would the manager will drop you?
Hmm.
That's what my point is. And if you're so passionate and want to give it all, you should be performing week in week. I'm not saying कि he's the only reason for our pathetic season, but I'm saying कि you do what you do. I mean, look at Bruno Fernandes. In a struggling season, the guy is producing numbers.
So there is one interesting statistic I want to share here with the audience. So Bruno last year when he had done that amazing breakthrough season in Manchester United has similar numbers. He had 0.61 uh, G plus A non penalty last season. This year he has 0.58. So it's
Yeah,
extremely close when you talk about non penalty contributions
exactly.
from Bruno Fernandes. So
Yeah,
despite having a shit year, his numbers are top notch.
yeah.
And
So
it's insane. Like he has played what 117 games,
yeah,
49 goals and 39 assists. If I'm not wrong,
13
29
hours.
or
Yeah,
39 assists, something like
exactly,
that. That's insane numbers. Insane
exactly.
numbers.
So this is what we want to see from everyone. It's okay that some results, if results don't come your way, that's fine. It's part of football, results. But when you see efforts the way Bruno puts in, nobody will put fingers at you.
Exactly. So Bruno Fernandes has signed a new contract.
Yeah,
So
huge.
that makes me skeptical. That makes
Yeah,
me skeptical that
about
why would you sign a contract with Manchester United when they are not serious about their transfers, their future. So I don't know. I'm not overjoyed, by the Bruno
but the,
extension.
but don't you think this signing this contract could also mean कि he must have heard कि he must have asked the board कि आगे क्या plan है आपके. So if they align with my future, then I'll stay. So don't you think ऐसा हुआ होगा? Because if the player has lost the faith in the board, why would he sign a new contract? Unless and until some things are changing behind the scenes.
Amar says, so before that, I'll take one or two comments. Chris
Yeah,
says Liverpool beat a two-time United in Old Trafford last year and this season too. So it's amazing for me how you see that loss. It's very painful, Chris.
yeah,
It's very 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 painful. I'm not gonna hide it. Not for just for me, for the whole fan base. It's difficult. That 5-0 loss, I think it's gonna haunt me. It's gonna haunt me more than 6-1, which City beat us. So that's how we feel about the losses.
yeah,
Uh, Ayan, yes, exactly. So this criticism, I don't know why it's popular. So I get that outsiders come and criticize Bruno Fernandes. They are like average players shouldn't get contract. So one of the pundits from I think Talksport said that an average player like Bruno Fernandes doesn't deserve a contract extension.
Extension.
By what means is he trying to say that he's been an average player? Such
Unbelievable.
jokers, man. So I get that
Unbelievable.
outsiders, come and talk nonsense. I always respect people who are rational, right? But then when our fan base does it, I'm quite surprised. If one player that deserves a new contract is Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
It's Bruno
So
Fernandes.
this criticism I don't get. He gives away the ball too much. So before him, was there any player who was risking those kind of balls, who was making those kind of passes in the final third? We were struggling for this kind of creativity before Bruno. Now we have it. The people are crying, because he's losing position. He will lose position at times because he's trying to create something in the final third. अगर वो करेगा ही नहीं तो आपको वो outputs नहीं दिखेंगे, वो numbers नहीं दिखेंगे जो हम आज देख रहे हैं. So I don't get this criticism at all. What is an
हाँ,
attacking
मदन,
player is supposed to do?
ये मैं समझता हूँ कि ठीक है, पिच पे थोड़ा रोता ज्यादा है, दैट आई एग्री, दैट आई
हाँ
एग्री.
वो जाना.
ठीक है, दैट इज फाइन, दैट आई एग्री विद. बाकी तो अमर says if I'm Bruno I'm not signing unless I get to एक सेकंड कहाँ चला गया, I get to know about the manager and the future. Let's talk about the
Knows what's
manager
happening
and
in
the
the
future
future.
situation.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. I think he knows what's happening in the future, hence he signed the new contract. I feel that's what I feel.
uh, I think the contract negotiations take time.
Yeah.
So उसका भी एक महीने से चल रहा होगा, एक दो महीने से. And same for
Hmm.
so Eric Ten Hag has broken his silence, on the leaving Ajax. So Vignesh,
Mike Poch has
how do
also been
you
interviewed
feel?
recently.
I've heard, none of the credible journalists say that,
Huh?
Poch is close to becoming Manchester
Not
United
no, no,
manager.
not close to, but he was interviewed recently after Ten Hag.
So it could be like, hi PSG, will you ask money? Can we talk to Poch? Will it be possible? PSG says, okay, you can talk to Poch.
No, today
And,
there was a report that PSG don't mind Poch speaking to another clubs, and they also don't
imagine,
want any compensation
imagine,
fee, anything.
imagine how much uh, Poch, Poch's PR is trying to, get the attention of Manchester United. He's trying everything. He's trying it since, a lot of months, especially since the exit. You will see
Absolutely.
this nuggets from PR of this PR spin from Pochettino's camp, that this is it, this is it. He is more available. This that, all this nonsense. Pochettino is not coming to Manchester United. Pochettino is hoping that by linking himself to Manchester United, he finds a good job. And out of PSG, he cannot bear this PSG job anymore.
Yeah, PSG though
What
he
are your
wants to
thoughts?
leave at any cost. Yeah,
What are
PSG
your thoughts?
wants to leave.
So there were links of Eric Ten Hag to Bayern Munich as well. That Nagelsmann is not being favored inside uh, Bayern's board members and something like that.
No, I don't believe that rumor because Nagelsmann was the board's first choice to replace Hansi Flick in the first place. So I don't see much credibility in that report. I just feel ki just for the sake of it, just to faster the process, they're using other clubs' name and saying ki yeah, he has offers from Bayern as well. He might be. He's a good coach, no doubt about that. But I don't feel ki Bayern. Why would they hire a new manager when Nagelsmann is doing pretty decent? He's not, उतना बुरा नहीं कर रहा है जितना people think. So why
Hmm.
would they sack him?
So before that, I want to take this comment from Ayan. Uh, no one has said that Poch had interviewed though, but United had talks with Poch. I'm telling you, यही हुआ है. PSG को call किया है.
No, can
They're
you
like,
please
PSG,
open
can
our
you?
can you please open our group? I just sent those news today as well, yesterday as well. Just highlight it here. That's a credible source. I don't remember
Okay.
who that was.
Let me search. Let me search,
I
bro.
think
I
Athletic,
won't be able to
yeah.
highlight it here.
Share the screen, no, if you can.
Uh,
I want who commented? He didn't saw the talks.
Ayan.
Ayan, let Ayan see.
Let me search. Let me search Bottlino. I mean Pochettino.
Either ways, you'll find it.
Uh, so PSG will not expect a payment. That was the latest news. Apart from that,
उसके ऊपर
hmm,
और एक है.
okay, Manchester United would be prepared to wait until the end of the season to appoint Pochettino if he becomes the club's number one choice and would not have to shell out compensation to PSG. Cross, so इसका source is Crossy Daily Star. This is your source.
भाई Muppet has also
Imagine,
confirmed it.
imagine
Muppet has also confirmed it.
how much are you scraping the barrels to get
अरे,
some positive news about
you're saying
Pochettino?
you're saying come on. You wanted
So
source,
you,
I gave you the source. I'm not.
on a very serious note, do you actually see Pochettino in the race?
He is in the race, but at the moment the way things are happening, I don't see him being the manager. I feel Den Haag is 90% done now because
Uh,
today also men there's a news came from men. There's a second round of interview has been already scheduled with Den Haag, which could be the final of the procedure. So I don't know. So
I don't understand. Is it like the usual placement process that we go through? ऐसा इंटरव्यू होता है कि राउंड वन फाइनल राउंड फिर नेगोशिएशन नेगोशिएशन का चलेगा. uh, Funny.
I feel कि Ten Hag is more of a done deal now. I don't see unless Ten Hag changes his mind or our board changes the mind. I think he's a done deal. It's about matter of time, I think, because Ajax are
So
also in the
he
title
he
race. So
basically said that you know, if I leave, anything could change, and if I leave Ajax, the fans would understand.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yes,
that's a goodbye. That's a modest
yeah,
goodbye.
yeah. Also, he said in the following comment, कि, if if someone wants to appoint me, I want to see why they want me, and are they giving me the the opportunity and the power to control things. I mean, not exact words, but in this way he said it. कि if I'm leaving for another club, I want to be assured of everything before I leave.
Of course, why not? See,
Yeah.
if I'm Eric Ten Hag, I would be determined.
Mhm.
I won't be happy because I know I'm going in a mess that
Yeah.
I need to sort out. And if
Of
I
course.
sort out the mess, I would be doing something that Jose Mourinho, David Moyes, Louis Van Gaal, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer couldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
His
the
legacy,
squad is still a mixture of 4 5 managers. Yeah.
his legacy would be next to Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp,
Hmm.
and such managers. If he comes
Yeah.
and delivers at Manchester United,
Having said that, he still needs time,
yeah,
and
any
we need
manager
to be
would need
patient
time.
with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's Pochettino, even he needs time.
Exactly.
It's
Because this
it's
mess
not a one day
isn't going
process.
away in a season. Yeah.
And I see at least on a bad year, bad time, I see eight to ten players leaving. On an
This window,
ideal
no?
note, yeah, on an ideal
Yeah.
note,
Yeah.
it would be close to 15.
That would be dream actually. But yeah.
Yeah, understand, 10-15 players छोड़ के जा रहे हैं,
Yeah.
and that's what you are hoping for. Okay,
Exactly.
let's talk about the World Cup fixtures for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Ayan, I'll take Ayan's comment. I don't want to rule anything out. I know that in football everything can change from one day to the next. If at some point I should decide to take the next step, I hope that Ajax people will understand.
Yeah.
Vignesh,
Yeah,
let these words reflect in your sleep tonight before you go to
I
bed.
know. I've shared this news on the group.
You should reflect on this. You should
No,
ponder on this. 25 मिनट 30 मिनट इसके साथ बैठो, मंथन करो, मनन करो. जरूरत है. ये करने के बाद you realize that it's the best decision United have taken in last so many years.
yeah, but
Some Chris, I would take this comment from you. So Chris is asking, how do you see the title race going? Uh, it
the
would
Premier
be
League
a
one.
terrible, 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 and sad day for United fans when they see Liverpool back at 20. But you
Yeah,
know what? I feel that City will bottle it this year.
I don't think so. I think Liverpool के still fixtures are remaining, and plus they face each other as well. So if City can grind out a draw or a win in that, just make sure they don't lose that one. I feel they'll
Yeah.
win.
I hope we get something out of Liverpool. If we
Yeah,
get
exactly.
if we get something, it would be the only bonus. It would be the only
Yeah,
silver lining in the season
just
that
don't lose.
yeah,
Yeah, just
just
don't
don't
lose.
lose to
Yeah,
Liverpool.
bus. At any cost, just don't lose. A draw will be a win for me.
Anne is back with another comment. Ten Hag says Manchester United Football Club is a big club with great fans, but I can only repeat that my full focus is on Ajax. Of course,
That's a
I think
standard
it's done.
standard response. Yeah.
I don't think it's standard. Standard would have been, I don't want
No,
to
no, no.
talk about clubs.
This particular comment, no, what is when he said, "Na, ki my current focus is on Ajax and this season." So that's what you expect.
I think Eric Ten Hag to Manchester United is done.
It is. I'm also saying 90% it's done. It's a matter of when
I'm
they
saying
want to announce it.
100%.
Yeah,
I think it's
because
done.
the problem is, ki Ajax is also are in this title race and they could do the double this season. So they don't wanna disturb that momentum or get all that attention because of this news. So maybe they're trying to find out a way how they can reveal this. I feel.
Hmm.
I also feel that this is a done deal.
Yep.
In as much as I hate to say this, but this is sounds like a done
You
deal.
hate to say it. You hate to say it. This
No,
is the only good
not my
news.
first choice. Not my first choice.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. Overall, it's a
Even
good
even
news. Yeah.
even you were not someone's first choice, but they are accepting you,
Oh,
right? And they are
that
better
that's
off with you.
that
They
that's
are
one
they
way
are
to
better off
take
with
a
you.
jive. That's one way to take a jive.
Yes, बार्सिलोना के लिए इतना वर्क नहीं किया था एरिक टेन हैग. I totally completely agree. Let's talk about World Cup for a few
Yeah,
minutes.
some very interesting
Uh,
groups.
like
The Spain and Germany one, the Belgium one. I think that F group where Belgium, Canada,
so,
Jap-
this Group E is Spain, Costa Rica,
yeah,
New Zealand, Germany, and
yeah.
Japan. Do you
So
see any
that's a
upset? I don't think so.
no, not upset, but that's definitely a tough group because Japan always carries a threat. Croatia, we know they can, grind out the results out of anything. And Spurs and Germany, they're a powerhouse. But this Japan and Croatia can, break some hearts. You never know.
Chris says Diego Jota win World Cup and this. So we had a very dear friend here, Chris, who has predicted a Harry Maguire World Cup final goal. Okay, Eh, this comment of yours is as silly as his comment. Okay, Diego Jota couldn't qualify Portugal in the last minute. It was Bruno Fernandes who got
Yeah.
Portugal through. So don't worry about it. Uh,
If anyone's
Ghana
scoring a
versus
final goal.
Uruguay nostalgic game again. Yes, yes, yes. So I see a lot of interesting groups in terms of the second team qualifying rather than a group of
Exactly,
death kind
exactly,
of a thing. It's
exactly.
not about there are favorites in the group and it will be shockers. So let's talk about the groups. Group A is Qatar. Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands. So LVG special or a crashing out?
No, no, no. They'll go through. I feel they and Senegal.
They and Senegal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, could possibly. Group B is England, Iran, USA, Wales, Scotland, or Ukraine. England, quite
England
favorites.
are definitely going. Yeah. There's a battle between the three of them for the second spot. Uh,
I mean, all three of them are, decent on the day teams.
and they can even upset England. You'll never know.
There is no Iceland, no.
Yeah.
But possible. England could
Possible.
bottle
You
it.
never know.
They're known for it. Group C is Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. So for me, Poland has been a surprise. I didn't expect them to beat Sweden, but they did. Uh, Lewandowski finally in the World Cup. So whom do you see along with Argentina to go through?
Hmm. I see. I see Mexico going through.
Same.
They have the momentum, and I think Poland under pressure have struggled over the years. If
Guys,
there's a do or die
let us
match
know in the
between them,
comments as well. Whom do you think will go through?
yeah, so, Mexico for me.
Yep. Group D is France, Peru, Australia, or UAE, Denmark, and Tunisia.
France, obviously. Second would be UAE for me.
UAE.
Yeah.
Nice. So I want Tunisia to go through just because I really like Hannibal. Extremely biased. And how amazing it is to see Hannibal, playing in a World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Moments.
So such a huge moment. Yeah.
Yes. Vishal says Denmark and Tunisia. He doesn't think France will go through.
Bye.
And Ayan says Hannibal start भी नहीं करता. अरे करेगा ना थोड़ी देर खेलेगा. Don't worry. And Lewandowski to knock out Messi. Nudeep, I find it really, difficult. It would be the other way around. Messi will
Yeah.
knock Lewandowski out. Just because I don't see Poland as a very strong, footballing favorite
Right.
in this group. Uh, I would have given a Sweden more chance in the group rather than, but okay,
Poland.
they
Yeah.
qualified and they won fair and square. Group E: Spain, Costa Rica, New Zealand, Germany, and Japan.
Spain and Germany. I don't see anyone
Exactly.
else.
But then Costa Rica in the past in the World Cup have been, a slippery slope. Have
Yeah.
produced some decent results. Even Japan here
Yeah,
and there can get results.
but the squad depth and the power both the European giants have, Germany and Spain. I don't see
See, Vignesh,
anything can happen. Of course, in football you can't predict, but yeah,
World Cup is like this. Let's say there is one upset. Let's say Japan beats Germany, right?
yeah,
Japan beats Germany, and
that could
Germany is
happen. Yeah,
also beaten by Spain. Okay,
yeah,
so Germany could get 3 points at max. So for Japan, they only need to get a draw from the other match, and they are through.
yeah, 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 exactly. And upsets can happen, but in this group, I don't see happening. I mean, that's my personal opinion, but could happen.
Ayan says Germany and Japan. Enrique picked Lavasia goalie before they. So,
Nah,
so some people really wanted Luis Enrique because of that same reason, They wanted Day out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Chris is living some fantasies, man. Whatever you're smoking, Chris, you can pass it on. So Group F is so I'll tell you what Chris said. He said Portugal versus England final. Wow.
My.
Uh, Harry Maguire scored at full time. England 0, Portugal 1. That's
Yeah, yeah. That's now wake up.
Chris, you tune in regularly. We'll have our very own Mudit very soon here. Due to some office constraints, he is not able to join. Since once he gets his permission sorted, I want you to meet him. He is a very huge England fan, and he
Yeah.
wants Harry Maguire to score a World Cup final goal. So I would really like a conversation between you guys. And what happened to Vignesh? Your lights are out.
लाइट या
Already
लाइट्स
thinking
लाइट
about
चली
Pochettino.
गई. लाइट गई भाई.
Uh, so Ayan will come to Manchester United in a while. Uh, Group F is Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. I think it's a
Belgium.
decent
So
group.
this group is particularly you know looking forward to watch it for the second spot rather than the first, because Belgium basically have the power to gain that first spot, but this for second it
I,
will be
I,
a very
I
interesting.
don't agree with you totally. I think Belgium recently has shown that they have that vulnerability.
Ah,
So
but group stages they can go through.
yeah, Croatia could be the table topper.
नहीं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, for the second spot it's more interesting than the first.
So who's the first?
uh, I still feel Belgium. I know they've struggled recently, but I still feel Belgium because they have that players who can turn it around in any second
Even
compared
Canada
to
has
other
some
sports.
very decent players. There is
They
this hot
do.
property in Jonathan David.
David
There's
Alfonso
centre
Davis.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but वही तो बोल रहा हूँ मैं. So I'm more interested watching who's qualifying second rather than first. It's a very interesting group.
Vignesh, your life has always been about being second man. As,
Let's move on. Let's
as
move
much
on.
as uh, Chris भाई गुजरात से हो आप केम छो मजामा इवन आमा गुजराती क्या यार मुझे लगा आप यूके यूके से हो कहीं इंटरनेशनल चैनल हमारा फेमस हो रहा है इंटरनेशनल पहुंच गए हम क्या यार सैड सैड टफ ग्रुप क्रोएशिया बेल्जियम कनाडा ओह नाइस
So
no chance for Morocco
no, no. अगर कोई अपसेट भी होगा तो क्रोएशिया विल डू इट. आई डोंट सी मोरक्को डूइंग एनीथिंग, एटलीस्ट
uh,
कॉजिंग एन अपसेट.
you never know nice to have you here Chris uh, Group G Brazil Serbia Switzerland Cameroon. Now this is interesting. This is interesting for the second spot. I think Brazil is the favorite, but
Yeah,
Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon all are tricky ones.
yeah. I think Serbia will go through.
Serbia,
Yeah.
Switzerland,
I,
nahi, Cameroon,
I,
nahi, Serbia.
I think मतलब it's a क्या बोलते हैं, gut feeling. I feel कि
But
वैसा हो सकता है. They'll cause an
Nam-
upset.
Nemanja Matic, Vidic तो retire हो गया है. Is Matic playing for Serbia? Is he
No,
playing for Serbia?
no,
I I,
no,
I don't know.
no. He
He's not.
retired. No, he retired of what 1 or 2 seasons ago only.
Okay. And this African teams, they come with a surprise. South American
They
African
do.
teams, they surprise you sometimes, and you don't even know what has hit you. You know.
Hit you.
So I'll
Yeah.
not discount Cameroon as well.
Yeah.
Swiss team knocked out the World Cup holders few months ago, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, Switzerland is good. You know.
Decent shout.
There is, yeah, they could produce on the day. In the last group, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, South Korea.
Now Ghana is making things wonderful here. But I feel Uruguay and Portugal will go through.
That's your biasness. That's your biasness speaking because we have some Uruguay players.
No, no, not at all. वो तो
No,
वैसे भी क्या कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहा है, आधा टाइम तो इंजर्ड ही रहता है वो.
you don't think Darwin Nunez will come to Manchester United?
He will, he could, but today I saw a report कि if Ten Hag comes, he prefers
Yeah,
Jonathan David. He wants Jonathan David more.
yeah, yeah. Ronaldo versus Ronaldo. So I also feel that I don't know. I want Portugal and South Korea.
South Korea, क्यों क्यों?
Ideally, I would have wanted USA and North Korea in one group. But
Oh
there is no
my.
North Korea. You see, Ayan is with me. Ayan is with me. He says Portugal and Korea.
Interesting. You too.
Ayan says USA versus Iran तो है already. New flavors, new flavors. पुराने flavors अब मजा नहीं आते. So Jimenez, Godin, Fede, Suarez, Nunez, Araujo. Yeah, Uruguay squad is really good. So this is the World Cup. Honestly, I'm slightly disappointed, with the World Cup draw. I would have liked, some more high profile teams in one group. But then असली मजा जो आता है that's due to the fact कि जो holders या बड़ी teams knock out हो जाए. That is fun. That is fun. Ayan says Pelistri has been great for Uruguay. I am so disappointed in Manchester United when it comes to Facundo Pelistri, when it comes to Amad Diallo. भाई क्या लोन पे भेज रहे हो तुम? Those guys are not getting game time. What's the point of a loan? Facundo
No,
Pelistri has has good talents. He
no,
was
but
highly
problem is,
recruited.
no, but problem is कि वो फिलहाल गेटाफे में है ना, पेलिस्ट्री का
Alaves,
सोसिएदाद, अलावे सॉरी माय बैड.
Alaves.
सो प्रीवियस उसका जो लोन स्पेल था वो भी वहीं पे था, and he got decent minutes in his first loan spell. So
Hmm.
again he was asked for loan spell. So the club thought कि okay, he in the first round में उसको अच्छे से
But
minutes
no,
मिल गए, so
Vignesh,
let's
fair
give
enough.
him again.
Fair enough. I
Ah,
agree.
yeah,
I'll give you that.
yeah,
Why on earth in January you're not, curtailing it? You're not ending it because since last 6 months he hasn't gotten any game time. तो आप
yeah,
गधे हो क्या? आप वो लोन
yeah,
कंटिन्यू कर रहे हो? 6 महीना भी क्यों
yeah,
बिगाड़ रहे हो उसका?
yeah, yeah.
चैंपियनशिप में दे दो 6 महीना, इससे अच्छा है.
हाँ हाँ वो that I agree. Yeah, you should not wait for 6 months, waste the 6 months. Yeah,
एग्जैक्टली that's my issue. And हमारे डियालो तो आप उसको तो लोन पे भेजा ही इसके लिए था. He is not getting any game time.
he's been extremely क्या बोलते हैं, नसीब ही खराब है बंदे का ना, यहाँ पे टाइम मिल रहा है. रेंजर्स में इन द फर्स्ट गेम ही स्कोर्ड, एंड उसके बाद से द रिपोर्ट्स आर सेइंग कि ही स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर द फिजिकलिटी इन द चैंपियनशिप. That's why he's not getting more minutes and everything. So I don't know. I haven't followed him, but
So Chris says there is a derby tomorrow between Celtic and Rangers. I don't follow the league, so I have no idea. Do you follow the
same,
league? Any idea about
no,
it?
same. Sorry, sorry, Chris. I don't. So मैं भी ज्यादा फॉलो नहीं करता सो।
अरे उसको क्रिस को तू मराठी में बता।
अच्छा। क्रिस भाऊ सॉरी, मी फॉलो नाही करत एवढं.
सॉरी गाइस, आज मेरा थोड़ा सा एनर्जी डल है बिकॉज आई एम नॉट फीलिंग वेल, इसलिए अदरवाइज हम वी आर जनरली हाई एनर्जी। तो शांति से आज बात कर रहा हूँ, वरना विघ्नेश को जीने नहीं देता मैं।
नहीं,
If you had to pick one group as the toughest group uh, in World Cup, which would that group be?
इट्स डिफिकल्ट. दो ग्रुप है वेयर आई फील थिंग्स कैन गेट ट्रिकी, जो
Hmm.
स्पेन एंड जर्मनी वाला, और द लास्ट वन, द पोर्चुगल और
स्पेन एंड जर्मनी में if you इतना श्योर है यार, तो स्पेन और
नहीं नहीं,
जर्मनी गो थ्रू करेगा।
श्योर हूँ बट जो यू नो अपसेट, यू नेवर नो. ये जो कंट्रीज होते हैं दे सिट बैक एंड दे पार्क द डबल डेकर, यू नेवर नो. आई
Vishal,
फील कि
Vishal, you missed your question. You missed your question there. Uh, so Vishal is asking Vignesh, comma, Poch or Marshall. I think that question should have been for me.
मार्शियल. ah,
So
कोच यस, मार्शियल नो.
it's a very easy one for him, Vishal. Amar
इमेजिन
says Group
सभी.
G. हाँ,
जी जी, कौन है जी में?
Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. I think even Group F is very interesting. इतना outright लग नहीं रहा है, but Belgium, Canada, Morocco, Croatia. I think it's a tough group. It's a tricky group.
बेल्जियम वाला ना, हाँ वही बोल रहा हूँ मैं, जो बेल्जियम वाला तो, और उसका सेकंड स्पॉट के लिए बोला था मैंने, सो या.
बेल्जियम नहीं टॉप कर रहा है ग्रुप को।
सो यू सेइंग दैट सेकंड भी नहीं आएंगे, मतलब दैट्स व्हाट यू फील?
I feel they might sneak in a second, but
या
I don't think they'll top the group. It will be interesting. मतलब
या
लास्ट मैच डे तक जाएगा, लेट्स सी क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता है।
या.
Hmm. So there is another update on Eric Ten Hag. Okay, I'll read it out for you, Ignesh. Manchester
प्लीज.
United believe Eric Ten Hag would slot into the structure.
What exactly the structure is, please? This is the first time I'm hearing the word structure from our board.
Then,
Wow.
then, then you are not hearing the board meetings. You need to evaluate the all the commentary and the earning reports and everything. You'll know that this is very commonly an used word. फालतू बकवास है, ठीक है। स्ट्रक्चर स्ट्रक्चर करते हैं, हमारा इतना अच्छा है, हम इतना मस्त है, हमारे इतने फैंस है, हमारे इतना सोशल मीडिया है, सब कुछ हिला हुआ है।
Exactly.
And I've been seeing this since last 2, 3, 4 months. Uh, if Manchester United isn't careful, especially this window, this decisions, ये जो 3, 4 महीने हैं, it will throw our club back for another 10 years if we are not careful. इतना critical period है in Manchester United's time, especially the
Recent
modern
history.
success. It's a very critical time.
भाई, हमने ऑलरेडी
Still
बहुत
there is
सारे
a
विंडोज वे फक्ड अप, बट ये वाला
yeah,
वी कैन नॉट.
yeah. And you know what? Rather than so generally क्या होता है in a window, you judge a window by your incomings. That you had XYZ incomings, you will rate them out of 10. This year, if we have great incomings, I won't rate that window more than 4 or 5 for great incomings. Where we get a striker, we get a CDM,
सेम
we
सेम.
might get a center back, full back, whatever. It will be equally important to see our outgoings.
या, if there are, I'm happy with only two signings and selling at least 8 players. That will be a very good window for me. लेकिन अगर we're selling only 2-3 and signing 4 players, so that's a below
टू
par
थ्री
side
टू थ्री
window.
का तो सवाल ही नहीं है, पांच तो फ्री में जा रहे हैं, सो इट विल बी ओवर एंड अबव फाइव. So Ayan says, so Ayan is, connecting the dots with my latest comment. He's saying that for me it's important. The Eric Ten Hag comment, for me it's important that a club comes with a concrete plan with an
Yeah,
idea behind it. What's the objective of the club? Why do they want me as the manager?
yeah.
So
वही
so
तो
he's connecting the dots. Ayan is
yeah,
super happy like me that we are getting a decent manager, but then we'll need to be patient with him. Very
yeah,
patient
exactly.
with him. प्रत्युष says, can we sell the board? कौन सा तुम्हारे तुम्हारे घर पे वो
And
ब्लैक
who
बोर्ड है उसकी
who's
बात कर रहे हो?
Pratish bhai can buy the board, no, buy the club. He's recently got promoted. Congratulations, by the
प्रमोशन
way.
हुआ है प्रत्युष का
Yeah,
प्रमोशन हुआ है guys, so he can buy
congratulations,
the
Pratish
board
bhai.
maybe.
Yeah, you can put on a bid.
ओ प्रत्युष कौन सा व्हाइट बोर्ड ब्लैक बोर्ड कौन सा बोर्ड बोल रहा है?
जो तेरे को अच्छा लगे.
Ayan says 3-4 signings minimum चाहिए, तो signing में क्या होगा? Will be offloading minimum 8. So Ayan, the idea is it's already bloated. Uh, it's more about the quality signings than the quantity this time. Ideally, we need 5 players, 5 to 6 players. That's not gonna happen. Even if we manage three first team signings, I would be okay. I would be happy as long as we are filling the rest of it with the academy and offloading eight. I would say more than eight. For me, 14 to 15 players needs to go. So if outgoing
I
number
don't
is,
think those. I don't see those many numbers.
even I don't see it. But then those clear out process कि 15 लोगों को निकालना है, उसका पांच तो तुम्हारे फ्री में निकल रहे हैं, बाकी जो 10 बचे, वो 10 में से तीन चार कम से कम अगर नहीं निकलते हैं, मिनिमम 8 इज वेरी गुड फिगर, मिनिमम 8 आई एग्री, तो तीन चार एटलीस्ट निकलने चाहिए. तो तुम्हारा प्रोसेस वो शुरू हो के तुम जनवरी में दो निकालो, अगले साल बाकी के तीन चार निकालो, मतलब पूरा वो क्लियर आउट करो.
Yeah.
सो ऐसा है. विशाल से बासमती चावल नहीं चाहिए. Vishal, I highly doubt that at 150 million will buy rice.
No, especially if we
Yeah,
sign Kane, forget Rice.
and look at the likes of strikers we are connected with. Jonathan David, how much do you think he'll cost? I think it will be a 60 to 80 million signing.
60, 80. Yeah, no, I don't see that much. I see 50 max.
दादा, जब जब
Anyways,
मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड उतरता है ना, इन्फ्लेशन अपने आप बढ़
हाँ,
जाता है.
बढ़ जाता है, but we are doing sensible things now. You look at the Bruno का नया contract as well. Just for the sake of it, we haven't given him astronomical figure. We given him what 240 per week now, which is in जो उसका पहले
Let me ask
128
you a
रुपए था.
question. Let me ask you a question. You might not like this question.
Yeah.
You might ask the relevance out of it, but then my question is, because it was Bruno Fernandes, this deal was taken. By the way, 240 is what I think. It's post tax or pre tax. Because half of 50% is about the tax.
That's including the ये क्या बोलते हैं, the bonuses and everything. I think
Okay.
there's a whole
240 is
article
less
about it. I
than
haven't read it, but
240
they're
is less
saying
than
it's
what
including bonuses.
Anthony Martial earns.
So we made mistake, by keeping in that contract. Now it's the time
That's
to
less
sell
than
him.
that's less than Sancho as well. Sancho is over 300k.
Yeah.
Varane
So
is over
wahi,
300k.
so that's exactly what I'm
So
saying. No, okay,
let's
this
come
time
back to my
just for
question.
the sake of it, we haven't given
Let's
him.
come back
ठीक है भाई,
to the
we
question.
want you to stay.
Because it was Bruno Fernandes, he took it. Any other
Yeah.
player Just imagine Paul Pogba with these numbers. क्या कॉन्ट्रैक्ट डिमांड करता हो?
ऑफ कोर्स उसकी रिपोर्ट्स तो हमने ऑलरेडी पढ़ ली, ही वांटेड मोर देन 400 के, जो कि चूतिया हुआ था ऑब्वियसली। बट आई थिंक एज आई सेड अर्लियर एज वेल कि साइन ब्रूनो ने ये जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन किया है, दिस गिव्स मी अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस, लिटिल बिट ऑफ होप कि ही नोज कि व्हाट आर द फ्यूचर प्लान्स फॉर द क्लब। ही मस्ट नो, क्योंकि भाई ऐसा प्लेयर जो हंग्री फॉर ट्रॉफीज, आई नो ही इज पैशनेट, बट ही इज एट द पीक एज वेल। You don't want to waste your years, not winning trophies. So I feel कि he knows कि ठीक है कुछ तो होने वाला है from here on. That's why he signed it. Otherwise, why would any player sign the contract? Look at Pogba as well. हम गालियां दे दे उसको, we have offered him a new contract, but he's refusing to sign because ठीक है उसका he wants to go. That's a different thing. But we Bruno saw something.
Bruno saw something. I like that. I like that positivity. So there is a comment by Anne that 150 is not rice ka price. Ravana said Puppeteer said the same. Rice would be 80 to 90. People think that Chouameni would be cheap, but he'll be 75 minimum as reported by Romano. Uh, I agree with you, Anne, that it will not be 150, uh, but it will be around 100 million. So if Jack Grealish is going for 100 million, expect Rice to be around that figure because Rice in the domestic team setup has a bigger profile, has a stronger profile than Jack
Yeah,
Grealish. So don't expect that it will be 80 million. I don't see 80 million transfer from him. It will be around 100 million, which again, along with a striker, any decent striker, Darwin Nunez or Jonathan David or Harry Kane or whatever, they're gonna cost you at least 60 to 100 million. You know, so two players of this mold, I don't see Manchester United doing it.
yeah, yeah.
I really
You
find it
can't
difficult
buy.
that Manchester United, going for two marquee
So
signings.
so the marquee signing depends on each other. If we sign Rice, Kane is not happening. If we sign Kane, Rice is not happening because we can't spend 80 on both of them. उतना तो बजट भी
We
नहीं है
can,
हमारा.
we should, we won't.
We should. You think we should 80 on both of them and Kane and Rice?
On, I'm not a huge Harry Kane fan, so I think it's his peak. I think he's past his peak somewhat. I would rather prefer I would rather take Lewandowski for a few seasons than take Harry Kane.
Yeah,
That's purely my choice.
yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I think he still has what 2 3 years to offer, but but a
Exactly.
80 million, no, no. I'd rather spend that 80 on Rice than Kane.
Yeah, same. But then I would want a striker. I would want a good striker. I would have liked Alvarez, Julian Alvarez, not as the
हाँ
number one, but in Manchester United right now the situation is there is a huge gap. We have Cristiano Ronaldo, number one striker. We don't have a number two striker for the next season. We don't have a number three striker for the next season. Then comes
yeah
your number four, number five that are your academy, uncooked, unprepared, might try strikers. So that's the situation of Manchester United. And Ronaldo will be here for one more year, maybe.
yeah
So, so I would have liked Alvarez as the that third kind of a striker, wherein he fills up a nice sweet spot at 20 million price tag. But then it didn't happen. He went to City, so no point in crying about it.
yeah.
Let's go through some of the comments. Mm, Arpan says, any views on Portugal's group and other groups? Arpan, we have discussed it in detail. You can rewind the video a little bit. Uh, Bruno knows who is coming. Tucker also reported Ronaldo mostly staying at United next season despite self qualification.
Yeah, exactly.
uh, Pratyush's Kamara wala report bhi aa raha hai. So Manchester United will get linked to every player on the earth. So unless there is something concrete, I'll not pay any heed towards it. यार कई सीडो का एक क्लिप वो
He,
फेमस हो गया था, मेसी को रोक दिया, मेसी को रोक दिया, सीडीएम
5 million, 5 million. Yeah. So Kamara is more
I
of a second list ka target rather than first list, as reported. So let's not go too much deep about it.
Just Kamara wala report is finger source, please. Ayush, Pratyush, you are violated. You are violated over there. आज की जनता बहुत स्मार्ट है. ये यार सी ऐसे लोगों का प्रमोशन हो जाता है. एंड विघ्नेश इज स्ट्रगलिंग इन लाइफ मेरी तरह. सो
Same.
होता है.
Dukh dard aasu.
Ayan says again, I really think we'll sign Rice 90 million and sign 250 million players. Impossible, Ayan. Impossible.
Not.
United का usual structure in a good window is one high profile signing in 70, 80, 90 millions. ठीक है. Second would be someone like Donny van de Beek, 30, 40 millions. And the third would be 10 to 15 million. And fourth, just in case if we find someone for free. That has been the
So,
usual profile for Manchester United.
I have a question for both Ayan and you. Let's say we sign Kane for 80 million and we get Yuri Tielemans at 40 or 50, whose contract is expiring in a year
Both
or
of
two.
them you will not get at this price.
Why?
Do you think Harry
Those
Kane would
price
come
have
for
been
80
quoted
million?
earlier. Those price actually have been quoted earlier by Athletic. That's what I'm saying. What if this scenario happens? Will you be happy with this?
Uh, I would like Telemans. I don't mind Telemans. Why would I mind? But then I've always said that we need two midfielders, not one.
Of course, of course. But at the
We
moment,
need
because
a
of the
seat.
striking situation, we need a striker as well. Or else I would have said, "Ki go for two midfielders. Don't go for any striker."
Ayan has lost his shit in chats. He's like, nah, DM, do defensive midfield, do what the fuck, Telemans DM nahi hai. We know, Ayan, we know. सुन तो लो भाई. I'm saying कि अगर दो midfielder आ रहे हैं, including a CDM, then Telemans I won't mind. I'm not saying get him and don't get a DM.
DM, yeah. Tielemans is a more of a Pogba replacement, not a proper
Yep,
DM.
yep, yep. So let's see. And he says that Pratyush is like, Telemans is not a DM, क्यों लाना है? It's not like we have good midfield except Bruno. All are subpar midfielders. For a title winning team, I feel so. We have a space for at least two midfielders in this squad. I hope that Ghana steps up. But then, so Bruno made an interesting comment. Somebody asked him that whom do you want to see from academy? Whom are you excited to play? He said that Jimmy Ghana. So
Yeah,
probably he could be one of the solutions. Ayan is asking SMS Milanovic Savage to United when nahi ho raha hai bhai. Not in this life. Ayan says I'll actually lose my sanity if we don't get a DM this year. We are getting a DM this year. We will get a DM and we'll get a striker. Those will be
ये
our
दो ही
two
signings
high
होंगे.
focus. No, we will have a third one. Probably we'll sell Diego Dallo or we'll get a backup center back. कोई तो तीसरा आएगा. बाकी अपना तो भगवान भरोसे चलता है ट्रांसफर्स में.
Yeah,
लेट्स सी इस
yeah,
साल क्या होता है. And because new manager is coming up, he'll be backed with 150 million
हाँ,
worth of
वो तो है.
assets. So
Yeah,
probably some hope over there. Anyway, I think we have covered a lot of things today. Uh, anything remaining with me? I don't think so.
I think Leicester
Oh
playing us, but
yes,
I think we'll do that tomorrow. Or if
yeah.
you want to do it right now, we'll do it right now as well. If you're feeling okay, then
No
I don't
harm.
want to
My throat is
push you more. Yeah, yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
exactly. I'm not sure.
Let's talk about the game for a few minutes. Very short segment. Let's get to the point. What do you see? How do you see the game, and what will be your prediction?
Well, must win definitely because they are a struggling side. They are being hit by injuries a lot this season. Actually, they are without Jamie Vardy, Wilfred Ndidi. Uh, who's that guy? Mark Albrighton, or there's another one I'm missing. Uh, I don't know, but और एक है कोई तो मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है अभी. But ये तीन players are definitely out for tomorrow, and they are a huge players for them. Uh, Albrighton ज़्यादा नहीं, but every time he's been called upon, he's been good enough. So they are a tricky side. They can hit you on the counters effectively well. So you have to
Oh,
be
they
on your
tricky
toes.
side. They won Premier League before us recently, so they are indeed tricky.
They are, especially against us. You saw the earlier in the early season where we were leading 2-0 and they ended up beating us 4-2. So you don't want to be that kind of performance again tomorrow. Just make sure you win everything from here on.
I think if we don't win tomorrow, let's never play, first team players again. Let's give academy lads wonderful go 7-8 games. Because अगर कल हार जाते तो it's done. Manchester United जो mathematically भी थोड़ा थोड़ा बचा हुआ है उसका भी
Yeah,
major portion चला जाएगा because will not
exactly.
even
And
reach to Arsenal United match that 6 pointer. I think it will be done. So
yeah,
अगर कल नहीं जीतता है तो देयर इज नो होप फॉर टॉप फोर और कल जीतता है तो देयर विल बी स्लिम होप दैट
yeah,
till Arsenal United comes up will be in the race ऐसा सीन हो जाएगा.
yeah.
uh, what's your scoreline prediction?
I see 3-1.
City or United?
United, of course, man. You want United to lose.
Yes, Iron says Crystal Palace versus Arsenal would be a great match. Iron says 1-1. uh, I so it's customary that we give a goal away. But I am an eternal optimist when it comes to Manchester United. I'll go for a 2-1 win to Manchester United.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope it's 5-1, but it will be a 2-1. Okay. I Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. If you haven't
Yeah,
subscribed, if you haven't liked, if you haven't commented to all these, help us, as content creators. It will help us to have more numbers. We can pitch it to the United players, and we have a lot of journalists as well. We are trying a lot of things behind the scenes to bring in good quality content in India, and bring in players as well. Okay, but will not pitch them with these numbers. You don't get a shot to pitch to the players at frequently. So once we build up some more numbers, we'll be doing that as well. And sorry, thoda energy is down रहा है because of my health and stuff.
yeah,
I hope you all are safe. You are doing good. Uh, Life is good, and let's hope Manchester United pulls one out of the bag tomorrow.
yeah.
See you all tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.